Ever wondered how the United Nations Relief and Works Agency, or UNRWA, came into existence? It all started in the wake of the Arab-Israeli War of 1948. In 1949, the United Nations passed a resolution to establish UNRWA, an agency tasked with providing direct relief for Palestinian refugees. From the outset, UNRWA's mission was far from simple. It was to deliver critical services like education, healthcare, social services, and other forms of humanitarian aid to those displaced by the conflict. It's a role they've been fulfilling ever since. UNRWA operates in several regions, including the West Bank, Gaza, Jordan, and Lebanon. Catering to the needs of these refugee communities, they even run schools for over 500,000 students, a testament to their commitment to education amidst adversity. So that's how UNRWA started its journey, with a mission to aid Palestinian refugees. But did you know that this very organization is now facing a funding crisis? Yes, you heard it right. Several countries, including the likes of Australia, Germany, the UK, and the US, have put a halt to their funding to UNRWA. This drastic action comes in the wake of allegations from Israeli authorities that some employees of the organization were involved in an attack orchestrated by Hamas on the 7th of October. However, it's important to note that Israeli officials have been tight-lipped, providing scant details about these serious allegations against UNRWA employees. In the quest for more information, the U.S. State Department has reached out to Israel. As for UNRWA, they have opted for silence, declining to comment further on the issue at hand. This has left UNRWA in a precarious situation. The organization, which relies heavily on sustained contributions from countries worldwide and the European Union, finds itself in the eye of a storm, threatened with a funding shortfall. The consequences of this funding suspension crisis could potentially be far-reaching and devastating for the humanitarian work UNRWA carries out. But what does this funding suspension mean for UNRWA and the people it serves? Let's dive into that. UNRWA heavily relies on the generosity of countries and the European Union, which contributed to nearly 95% of all contributions in 2022. The largest donors that year were the EU, the United States, Germany, and Sweden. Without these funds, UNRWA could be left with just a few weeks' worth of resources for its critical aid work. The humanitarian impact of this suspension is potentially devastating. Consider Gaza, where over 26,000 Palestinians have lost their lives since Israel launched its offensive. UNRWA's work here and in other regions is a lifeline for many. It provides education, healthcare, social services, and other forms of humanitarian aid to registered Palestinian refugees. The funding suspension could have dire consequences for the vital work UNRWA does and the lives of the Palestinian refugees it serves. The future of UNRWA hangs in the balance.